Good evening, everybody, and welcome back to this week's edition of the Pretenders or Contenders Coaches Show. I'm your host, Coach Duval, head coach, Laurel High School football, also assistant coach, Laurel High School basketball, joined by the hardest working man in podcast land, nobody other than Midnight Rider. What's going on, brother?
What's going on, man? How you feeling today?
Hey, man, I'm doing good, man. How about yourself?
Chilling, man. Curious. Today's gonna be an interesting day because the young ladies get to shine today, in the WNBA draft. So that's gonna be something interesting. See where these ladies end up. See how some of the expansion teams do. It's gonna be interesting.
Yeah, man, and shamefully, I must say that somebody that's coached girls basketball for a long period of time, man. I've been kind of slow this year. Well, kind of falling behind following the college girls game, which I like to watch a lot. So I'm a little short on who's coming out tonight, but I always pay attention anyway, though, because it's a big night for the ladies.
I mean, the only thing you need to know is I think UCLA has 4 young ladies that could go in the first round. Yaquez, the Yaquez young lady, Kiki Rice, Betts, and I can't think of the fourth one, but they got some stuff going on.
Oh yeah, they were loaded. They were loaded this year, man. So I think during the championship game at one point I seen a graphic come across the screen where it said the last 170 points were scored by seniors.
Yeah.
So that was like in the fourth quarter when I saw that pop up on the screen, and I was like, goodness gracious. I mean, because did they start 5 seniors? I think they started 5, and their first off the bench was a senior as well.
That sounds about right.
Yeah, so yeah, they were loaded. I mean they were good last year. UCLA had a nice squad last year as well. Um, they just couldn't put it together last year, but this year, I mean, I think it was right that it was them in South Carolina in there.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but I think South Carolina they just I don't know. I guess that game against UConn just took them out because they was just out of sorts. They couldn't rebound. And of course they couldn't hit shots. That's the biggest thing. But they got out rebounded terribly in that game.
Yeah, they did. And then Coach Marcus said the draft this soon from the championship game.
It's always.
I thought it used to be sooner than this.
Yeah, it used to be like that Wednesday. The championship game was on a Monday, and that Wednesday night was the draft.
Yeah. So they got a little bit more time this time.
Yeah, you're right, because it's been a whole week now, right?
Right.
Yeah. So they gave 7 days instead of 2 days. So, but I think it's an exciting time for those young ladies though, because you go straight from playing in the tournament, man, to the draft room, and then you right in camp now. Like you got to pack up. You finishing school on the road because you going to your location to get ready for the season. Because then when is the first game? May something?
Something like that. Yeah, I think they got like a month worth of training camp, and then that's it.
Yeah, right. So yeah, they ain't got no time. And Coach Mark just said no combine, no nothing. Now your resume is what you do on the floor.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's the. I mean, because the timeline is different from the guys. I mean, the WNBA is not playing from fall to winter like the guys into the spring. So yeah, they spring summer sports, so they got to get rolling. Ain't no time for playing around there. I do like the bigger salaries I've been seeing thrown out there this year so far, for some of the free agents.
Yeah, the minimum now is I think it went from 90 to 225, and then the max I think is the 1.7 max, if memory serves me correct. That's kind of like their max contract for the women's side. It's somewhere between 1.7 and 2.2.
Yeah, they're super max. Yeah. Yep. So I mean, nowhere near the guys, but it's good to see that it's improving. And I mean, you hate to say it, but it's just going. It comes down to the sponsorship, man. You know, those dollars get thrown around, those TV deals, and that's where a lot of the money comes from for these players and their contracts. So once the women's game can get a little bit more with the sponsorship, man, and get some of those big corporation dollars in there, you know, and the bigger TV deal, and
Yep.
hopefully these ladies can start getting paid some more money.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. But I remember when I was running Marissa Coleman's AAU program, used to spend a lot of time with her. And, you know, all of those players during that time, like her, Elena Beard, Monique Carey, they
Hmm.
used to have to go across seas. They would get more money playing across seas. And plus, you know, they get the living expenses and stuff paid for. So as soon as the season was over, they were gone.
And then a lot of them come right back right before the season start
Yep.
and jump right in the camp or whatever. You said a great name too. Actually said two of them.
Hmm.
Uh, Monique Curry is definitely someone I'm a big fan of, and Marissa Coleman was another one. I
Hmm.
remember watching her. I want to say she was at St. John's.
Yeah, she was at St. John's. Yep.
Yeah, I remember watching her in high school. Um, she just always had this natural thing to her. And Monique, I think, went to Duke.
Of course.
So yeah.
Yep. And Elena Beard was at Duke as well. And, you know, like I said, I used to hang out with Marissa a lot, man. I got opportunity to meet a lot of those players during that time, man, and it was cool. So, um, and those girls could ball, man. Like you say, you know, Marissa, I wasn't a Maryland fan, but you know what she did her senior that year, they won the championship,
Hmm.
was outstanding, and Elena was just a scorer, man. She could get it done, but Monique Curry had that all around game, man. She was tough, she was physical, she could shoot, she could defend. Like she had it all, man. And I just love watching Monique Curry.
Dang, coach, you got me jumping in my bag of old ACC women's players now, man. About to make me pull some names, coach.
Hey man, look, hey, that's around the time when I was heavy into the girls AAU basketball, man, and I remember seeing Jasmine Thomas when she was in high school, and then being down at AAU Nationals in Florida, seeing her Fairfax Stars team play, and um, you know, at the same time that Elena Del Donna was playing AAU for her squad, they was down there at Nationals when I had my squad down there, man. So you talking about some basketball, man. That was some good basketball.
Love it, love it. I mean, since you want to talk about your Dukies, man, we always got to mention Nikki Teasley and Ivory Lotta, two of my favorite point guards.
Man, let me tell you something, man. Teasley was a beast. I relied I couldn't stand that little guy. Hey, whenever Carolina needed to play, oh
Yep.
my God. And I'm not even talking about the offensive side. I'm talking about defensively. Like she was just gonna get it, man. She was a competitor. She was tough, and for a little guard like she was, man, she could get it. I couldn't stand her, but she could get it.
And she was tough, man. I used to always check her out when she was
Hmm.
playing. She was one of my favorites.
Yep, yep, yep. So man, you know, with that time of year, man, where you know sports is I call it, it's in limbo right now. You know, you got the NBA playoffs ready to start up. Um, this is the only time I watch the NBA. It's during the playoffs because I can't stand regular season NBA basketball. Um,
Okay.
and I have to say, if Tatum stays healthy, it's going to be tough to beat Boston.
Agreed.
I think if he can stay healthy, they're going to be they'll be a tough out. I definitely think they can win the East. Um, Cleveland will be tough, um, but I don't see nobody taking them on the East. And then when we get to the West, I mean, what you think? You think OKC can do it again?
Yeah, I think their test is going to be the conference finals against Denver. I
Yeah.
think that's where the test comes.
What about San Antonio? Think
I
they got a
think San
shot?
Antonio has a shot, but I think Denver's too experienced, especially if you get playoff Jamal Murray to go off in
Yeah.
a couple games. I think that's all them, and they're going. I think they'll take it in 7. It's going to be a great series, but it's just something about Denver that just gets on my nerves, and it's like they just around, man. You just can't get rid of them.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll see. It's going to be interesting, man. And we also got hockey starting up. Well, soon. I think the Capitals got one more tomorrow night.
Yep.
Um, they got to win, and then they got to get some help from Philly. Philly has a game tonight, right? Or did they play
Yep.
last night?
Philly plays Carolina tonight. Carolina is resting like 7 starters. Um, so they've called up 7 guys to play. But the good thing is those guys, when they've come up and played, they're like 2-0. Um,
Mm-hmm.
and plus Carolina has this unique style of play.
Yeah.
So they kind of have their own formula because nobody else plays like them. So it's going to be easier for their backups because they have one system throughout the whole thing. Um, so they'll be fine playing the backup guys.
Yeah. Yeah, you just go back. There's a couple of games that the Caps just blew opportunities with, man. And, they took care of business in few of those games. We're not even talking about this right now.
Heck yeah.
They'd be
Heck
sitting
yeah.
pretty. Coach Jerome says, so y'all thinking T-Wolves losing first round?
I think it's still something with wasn't there something there's something with Anthony Edwards' knee that I don't know if it's going to respond and help them get through some of the tough matchups. I think that's what's going to cause them. And I think Golden State and all them are just done. I think it's all OKC and Denver for real. And I think San Antonio's the wild card.
Yeah, I agree with that. I agree with everything you just said. Um, like we got Coach Rowe. He done jumped in with us, man. So not sure where Coach Chuck is right now. We'll go ahead and get Coach Rowe in. But before I get Coach Rowe in, I just want to give a shout out, man. I really don't talk about my players too much, but I want to give my receiver Kareem Oyakin a big shout out, man. He got his first D1 offer last week from Howard University. Shout out to Coach Nick over at Howard, man, and that young man has been working hard, man, and I always told him he loves basketball, but I told him, I said, man, your football is your ticket, man,
Yep.
and he was almost in tears when I talked to him afterwards, man, when he got off the phone with Coach, and I'm just proud of him, man. And then, I told him in that conversation, man, hey, it's time to get to work. Like it ain't time to be relaxed. It's really time
Mm-hmm.
to get to work, man. And hey, he was out there getting extra work with Coach Mook this weekend, man. So, you know, happy for the young man, and just wanted to shout him out real quick before I brought Coach Rowe in.
Got it.
All right, we go. Come joining us on set now. We got Coach Rowe,
What's up,
from
fellas?
the
How
Law
y'all
Boys and Girls Club, and also assistant coach at Law High School. What's going on, Coach?
What's up, fellas? How y'all doing? Appreciate y'all having me today.
Oh, good, man. Thank you for joining us.
Not a problem. Not a
Yep,
problem.
yep. No problem, man. So, go ahead, Coach. We're gonna jump right into it, man. I see you in the car, but you be all right. Don't wreck.
No. I'm over here. I'm at the Boys and Girls Club while I'm sitting in the parking lot now. My daughter got flag football practice over at the field. So
Gotcha. See, man, look, always working, man. So, go ahead and introduce yourself to the people, man. Let them know who you are, your role at the Boys and Girls Club, and a little something about yourself.
my name's Coach Rowe. Been coaching football whew, almost 20 years now, about 17 years. Started out another program in Silver Spring. Came to Laurel about 5 years ago. Helped revitalize this program here, the Laurel Boys and Girls Club, Laurel Wildcats. We started out with one team. The next year we had five. The following year we had seven. Last year we had seven. This year we projected to have like 8 or 9 teams. So we're building as a program slowly but surely, building the right way. I'm also a coach with Coach Pease at Laurel High School, varsity offensive line coach. Um, yeah, coach basketball as well. Been coaching that since I was 17. My uncle had an AAU program back in the day called the Ball Handlers, and we played against the top of the best of the best in the DMV. We had the best of the best in the DMV as well. That played for us as well. So Jeff Green, Sam Young, Fowler and Campbell, just to name a few that was in the league. That Jeff is actually still in the league.
Good God. Jeff got to be like 35,
Um,
36.
he come close to 40 now.
Yeah, Jeff older than that, man. Because Jeff used to play AAU with my brother Mike,
Mm.
with Coach Monty in the Metro All Stars,
Yeah,
and my brother just turned what 41. So yeah, Jeff got to be up there, man.
That another good name you said was Sam Young. I remember
Yeah,
Sam. He went to Pitt.
yep,
That was a tough little team that Pitt had with him up there.
yeah. Sam used to come to the Boys and Girls Club and play in the summer league, um, that Levitt Brown used to run, at the Law Boys and Girls Club. Man, you had back then you had Sam, you had Grievous Vasquez used to come through, play some games. Sterling Ledbetter, who graduated from Law, went to Allegheny, then transferred to Maryland, played with Gary Williams. A couple of those Maryland teams. He used to be in the gym playing. So let me get him back on there.
yeah,
Yeah, we
my
got
bad. Yeah, my
now.
bad.
You
Somebody called me while I was doing this. But yeah, now Jeff, Monty actually brought him to us. Brought him to us at Bladensburg High School because Jeff was one of the youngest ones on his team. He's like he got the size, but he just don't got it yet. So he
hmm
brought him to my Uncle Kenny, and we worked with him until Uncle Kenny stopped doing it. And then Jeff went back to Metro. Of course, he went to Northwestern, Georgetown, everything else. So
Yeah, Monty, that's my boy, man. Me and Monty, we got
I
the
used to
same last name. We ain't related though,
I
but
used to coach Little Monty. I used to coach Little Monty in football. Yeah.
gotcha. Yes. So when
Yeah.
I was coaching at AAU,
Mm-hmm.
I used to coach under Monty. He was the
Okay.
Metro Lady Star. So
Okay.
and then I went to Marissa after
Mm-hmm.
that. Um, but tell us, man, what's outside of football? What's your role in the Boys and Girls Club right now?
So right now I'm the treasurer of the Boys and Girls Club. Um, so I handle all the money, make sure the bills and stuff is paid, make sure the rentals that come through here are secure, make sure that everything is up and going. So we have a 7-person board that we built over the last year, just to revitalize the Boys and Girls Club.
What's been a moment that you've kind of um taken a step back and just seeing the growth in the program that you started? Like where did you find that big moment at, or did you have it yet?
I think the moment was like after the first year, my team we went to the playoff, we went to the championship, and the next year we had five teams, like just off of the strength of that. Um, I'm a co-commissioner now at the football on the football side because I wear a lot of hats here. So Coach Rogers, he's the commissioner as well. We helped, and Coach Kenny, we all helped build this program up to where it is now.
Okay.
Well, just a little backstory on the Boys and Girls Club, man. I first started playing in the Boys and Girls Club in '85.
Mm,
Played all the way up until I got to high school.
yeah,
And back then, man, we used to have. That's when county ball was county ball. Like you played in your area
live that exactly.
with your Boys and Girls Club, and you played against other Boys and Girls Clubs in the county.
Mm,
It was before all the weighted football, before all the travel teams. County football was it.
yep.
And we used to go. If you made it to the championship, you win your league championship, then you would go play either Northern Virginia
Vienna.
or the southern part of the county.
Go
Yep,
play.
yeah,
Go
it was
play.
Vienna.
Vienna. Yep.
Yep,
Now
we always,
I grew up in Silver Spring, so I played for Wheat Boys and Girls Club growing up. So
yeah, we used to always have to play Silver Hill and then go play Vienna in the championship, and that was always a battle. So good old days. Good
the
old
county,
days.
though, like I said, county still produces good football, man. Like it's just that with the youth football now, I mean, I hate to say it, it's a money grab for a lot of people, and everybody wants to go to Florida, which I'm not knocking it at all. Everybody wants to go to Florida, but for us, we don't travel to Florida at the Boys and Girls Club because we want the kids to have a Christmas if they believe in Christmas. So I don't, and the time that missing school, which is cool. I mean, you make your grades up and stuff, but in my opinion, it's not worth spending that $30,000 for a week of football. In my opinion, that's just my personal opinion. So when it's not realistic because you're playing every other day, you don't do that in any other sport. I mean, any other football league, you don't play every other day.
What's the
Yeah, go ahead, Midnight.
no, I was gonna say, what's the biggest challenge to having a Boys and Girls Club program and trying to keep it running?
Funds, one, and just community support. That's the biggest thing. Coach Powers and Coach Cleveland graciously helped let us use the field at Laurel High School as our home field. So we're building the community support. Hold on, Coach Will calling me. Hold on one second. Dre got the key. Yeah, so sorry about that. That's the president calling me.
Yeah,
But
tell Will, but you on air right now, man.
I try to tell everybody, man. But yeah, no, it's just funds, and just getting the community support, parent support. If you come to any of our games, you see like I'm always on the grill. I cook at all our home games because it's just easier for me to know that the quality of stuff is coming out. So it's just funds, support. That's mainly it. Because we get the best of the best. Like we just put our helmets back in for reconditioning. We had 160 some helmets get reconditioned. We ordered 25 more. We ordered 25 more shoulder pads. We're gonna have over 200 helmets total this year, and just all brand new or reconditioned helmets.
So back when I was I used to be the athletic director at the club many years ago. And this was before Levitt and Russo came into the club. And we had to make that decision. We was part of PG County, County Boys and Girls Club League. But, as you know, law sits on 4 counties. And one of the things that we struggled with during that time was, we had kids right across Main Street that couldn't play football for us because they couldn't get a county card. They weren't a county resident. And of course, you got some in Montgomery County and as well as Anne Arundel when you cross over past the racetrack. So we made that decision back then to move to the Capital Beltway League so that we could service all of our community, which was City of Law, was law. So what do you feel like is one of the biggest obstacles to getting youth football back to where it used to be?
I think the biggest obstacle is like a parent, if they get disgruntled with your organization, they're going to talk social media. They're going to talk bad about social media on social media, and then they're going to try to start their own program. I think if the sanctioning bodies of these organizations, of these leagues, will stop allowing just singular teams into their league, I think it would get back to how it used to be, where you had a full schedule. You're not doing playing crossover games. Luckily, the league that we're in, Mid-Maryland, we don't have to do that. So, like, we're in Mid-Maryland, so we play against teams from Howard County, Baltimore City, as well as PG County. So we play all over basically the state of Maryland. But I just think that if these leagues stop allowing singular teams or teams of 1 or 2 teams to join their league and go back to your home or join another program, I think that's how it get better. How I go back to back in the day.
Are y'all in is y'all in Mid Maryland just for football or basketball and other sports as well?
Just for football. On other sports, we do PG County. So
Okay.
the reason we did it that way is because PG County was only even numbers. There was only even ages. So 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. Mid Maryland is everything 7 or 6 to 13.
Gotcha. Okay.
What's
Yeah.
the
I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
No, I said basketball, we're in PG County. We revitalized our soccer program, they'll be in PG County. Our girls' flag will be in Mid Maryland. We have a girls' flag team. The boys' flag is in PG County as well.
So the flag program, how do you think, what has been the response to that? Is that something where you get a lot of kids being active?
Yes. So actually this year is probably our biggest year with new participants. 85% of the kids out there now that practice on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays at McCullough are new kids. Just through social media, advertising, and everything else. 85% of those are new kids. Hopefully we can retain them for the fall so that we could make our numbers even bigger.
So as a co-commissioner and all the hats you wear, how excited or pleased, because I know your daughter's playing, that you have the girls flag program starting. I've worked close with Coach Ash in helping her develop that plan, that program. So how excited are you for that, and how's it going so far after the week?
We're extremely excited. Right, they have practice now. They have about 24 girls, I think, registered.
27. I think she said
27.
27.
Yeah. So 7 young ladies that's going to come. Most of them are going to come to Laurel High School and dominate because they already have. They're going to have the knowledge from us. The Laurel Wildcats Glitz is their name. Laurel Wildcats Glitz. So they'll have the knowledge from Coach Ash as well as Coach T. They're doing excellent jobs on coaching these young ladies up, teaching them the fundamentals of the game. So since it is a brand new program, they're just going to have in the spring and summer. They're just going to have scrimmages, but they're going to be decked out. They're going to have all the swag that everybody else will get. It's just they'll just scrimmage other programs because Coach Ash wanted to take it slow. She wanted to make sure the girls understood the game before they jump into a regular league. So I think that's the best approach, and me and her talked extensively about it. I think that's the best approach that she can come up with for that.
Yeah, she's been working hard, and she's actually like me and her have several conversations. Like I said, I was helping to develop the program and the structure of it, and I helped her put together the practice plan for the first couple of days.
Yeah.
And now she's doing it herself. Like she's jumped on it. She's just like, hey, here's the practice plan. Look it over. Let me know if it makes sense to you. And she's taking it and rolling. Right. And then she told me the other day that Damon is helping her out now too. So that's going to be
Damon. Yep, that should help out tremendously. So you can get them girls in shape. I know that. That's one thing they're going to be.
Right.
Right. Need to bring them up to the high school coach.
How much do you try to mirror the high school program in terms of strategy, playbook, and style of play to make it easier for these kids to transition?
We try to cater our practices more like the high school, but as far as plays and everything, we let the coaches decide because some of the kids that we have don't have the play style that we have at the high school.
Okay.
So we gotta make sure that the kids develop their way. We teach them everything fundamentally that we do at the high school as well. Everything else we teach them how they do how we do on the high school level. But as far as play call and everything, I don't want to get so we don't try to emulate them that way. But if we can, I would love to have like some young guys come out that on TV or even varsity coach our older team, so that we can get them prepared for the future. That's it. Even in the spring leading up to the high school, I think that'd be a great for both of them.
Hey, you want to put Coach on hold because it sounds like he got some sound issues.
Yeah, Coach. Check your connection might be going out a little bit. You might have to log out and come back in with it. Um, to go back on what you were saying, Midnight, off your question. Um, I think it's important that and I've said this several times on this show that all of the schools, like, you feed into your local
Right.
youth programs, man, and set up a feeder system into your teams. That's one of the reasons why Coach Rowe is on the staff. Coach Kenny is on the staff, and those guys are heavily involved with the Boys and Girls Club and working on our varsity staff. Coach Kenny's the D line coach. Coach Rowe is the O line coach, and we haven't got down to the point where their older squads are running our system, but that's the plan in the future, to get it to that point where, so when they leave from 13U ball, I'm gonna bring Coach back in. Yeah, when they leave from 13U ball and they roll into the JV program, hey, they already know the system,
Mm-hmm.
um, and it's more of a setup like the teams up north got, like your Maplewoods and your Middletowns and Olney and those type of programs where they roll, their youth programs roll right up into their high school. So that's what the goal is eventually.
Is that me or that's him?
Say that again.
No, you keep pausing. I don't know if that's me or you.
I don't know. Was I pausing midnight?
I didn't see anything.
Okay.
It might be on the connection side, but yeah, you sounded, both you guys sound great right now.
Okay.
Okay.
Sorry about that.
All right. So talk about your the Boys and Girls Club. I know we're going to talk a lot about football, but talk about some of the other programs that you got going on right now.
So right now we have flag football going on. We have majorettes. We have cheerleading. Um, we have soccer program which just started practice today. Um, we have that through we partner with the team called Carrollton City Football Club. He's just trying to expand to Laurel, so we partner with him because I'm not a soccer guy. Coach, none of our coaches are soccer guys, so we partner with him. We've been meeting with him since October, trying to make sure everything is right. Everything fell in line how we wanted it to. So he had his first practice today. We had about 12 kids out there today, but we're trying to grow that program. So if anybody out there listening has a little brother or sister, tell them come on out. Registration is $125. We try to keep registration as cheap as possible for every sport that we have. Majorettes, cheer, football, tackle football, registration $175. Flag is $125. Cheer is $125 as well. We have boxing here as well inside the Boys and Girls Club. And next year, I talked to Coach BG. We're trying to get a track program here as well.
So in
Um,
terms of boxing, where do you kids do their boxing?
USA, it's in the we have a boxing gym inside of our Boys and Girls Club, and they box through USA Boxing. So we had a couple kids fight this past weekend in the Golden Glove Championships. We had some kids fight in a thing called Ireland versus USA, where they fought in like a ballroom, so like a pro style fight. They fought in that as well this weekend.
Okay.
the boss BJ checking in. He's saying we on the field now because he signed. BJ has his daughter playing in the flag program too. So
Perfect.
um,
Tell them my daughter out
so
there too. I'm across the street. Tell them I'll be over here in a second.
um, dang it, I forgot what I was just about to ask you. Oh, we was talking about the
The different
soccer
sport.
program
Yep.
that you just started up. Coach Marcus chimed in the chat. It was like, when Boys and Girls Club going to get wrestling back?
Tell him when he find me a coach or he want to come coach. We got Matt's here. We just need some coaches.
So you hear that, Coach Marcus? You always making suggestions.
Send me
So
some coaches, Mark. Send me some coaches, Marcus. Send me some coaches, some qualified coaches that, you know what I'm saying? What we're trying to build is a feeder program to Laurel High School. That's ultimately what we're trying to build at the Boys and Girls Club. We want to support our local high school and build it up to where we can be successful all the way through.
And look, other than the football program,
Mm-hmm.
wrestling probably has the next most coaches
Right.
at Laurel High School.
Right.
I swear it's about 9 of them. So you hear that, Coach Marcus? You ain't got no damn choice.
Yep.
Get on down there and start the wrestling program back, man, and get your feeder system going.
Listen, Marcus, you know what it is. I'm trying to help you out, brother.
So last week, Coach was on here starting some interesting conversations. You coach on the football program with Coach Powell. He told the AD Don Cleveland that he's the calmest coach at Laurel High School. Fact or fiction?
I'm not trying to get fired. I'm not trying to get fired.
He gonna hire you back tomorrow.
That's fiction. He's calm. He's calm until you piss him off, or somebody piss him off, or a referee calls a bad call. So,
Coach, I've been at all the games. You ain't
Monday
got
through Thursday, he's calm as I don't know what. Friday night, it's a different story.
Yes, sir. Meet me at the numbers, baby. Meet me at the numbers.
Bingo.
Hey, man, look. But you heard the key fact. He said, I'm calm.
Yeah.
He just trying to keep his job. He trying to keep the peace. You keep forgetting I was there, Coach. It's different if I wasn't there.
What game you talking about?
Which game?
Yeah.
You can pick one.
He was at all of them.
I think I did all the home games.
Okay.
Yeah, I write down for my job. So
okay.
Yeah. I saw a little bit of everything.
Mm-hmm.
Coach BJ said, "I'll take fiction for $1,000." I mean, the boss BJ. And see, Coach Marcus said, "Cool as a cucumber."
Marcus not trying to get fired. Marcus like me, we ain't trying to get fired on that day off.
Hey man. Hey man. So
yesterday, if not twice. I don't know what Marcus.
You know, Marcus ain't been fired in a minute, so he all right now.
All right.
You know, somebody that, you know, my first year at Law High School, and it's a little different when I used to do it for basketball. But my first year at Law High School, running the JV, I was still also coaching the 14U back then with the Law Boys and Girls Club. And to be honest, it was hell trying to do both teams as far as, you know, time management, family, that type of thing. How much of a challenge is that with you, with all your hats going on, coaching on the high school level as well as being down on the youth level?
So I give my all to the high school, and I come after practice. I come to the Little League program to our levy. I coach with Coach Kenny, Coach Steve, Coach Lonnie, Coach Rogers, Coach Glenn. We all coach together. But by the time I get to practice, we already in the thick of things. So I just try to fit in where I can for that. So I don't try to disrupt what's going on. We always have a game plan for practice, like you said, and then we just execute it. We have enough competent coaches there that can.
Well, shit, your whole staff is probably the best coaches you got at the Boys and Girls Club with the most history of being with the Boys and Girls Club. So you ain't got to do much with that complete staff right there.
Absolutely. So that's the mob that we roll with. We all work well together. I mean, because there's no egos involved. Just like in the high school level. You know me, coach. Whatever you want, we're going to make it work. How we going to get it done is how we going to get it done. So.
Speaking of that, take us through your day on a fall day during football season. Like, what are you dealing with?
So I go to work. I get off around 4. I come to, I go to the field. I be in the field by like 4:15, 4:30. And I hop straight in the field. I mean, after we see what we working on that day, take the lineman to the corner. We work on what we got to work with offensively. And then we go from there. So, and then I practice over. Then I drive over here to McCullough, practice till 8 o'clock, be home hopefully about 8:30. Because my daughter, she not only does flag football, she dances in our majorette program as well. So their practice is over at 8:30. So I'm hopefully home by 9 o'clock, eating dinner, taking a shower, and doing that all over again.
Okay.
Fridays though, I don't come out here because we try not to have practice on Fridays because we try to support Laurel. We try to tell the kids come support Laurel High School.
Okay.
So, Midnight, I don't know if you know this, but Coach Rowe also has a son that plays at the 300. Um, he was a sophomore, started on varsity all 10 games this year. He was our starting safety as a sophomore. So um, I've been through that where I've coached my son up through little league and then also through high school. So tell me what that's like, being able to coach your son on a high school level.
So it's a great experience, but if you notice, coach, I don't coach him during the games or practice. I let him do what he do. A lot of people didn't know he was my son until he broke his thumb last year versus Bowie. Um, but it's a joyful experience because my oldest son decided not to play football after ninth grade, COVID and everything else. But watching Day Day play football, play the game he loves, is just amazing. It's amazing for me as a father watching him grow to the player that he wants to become. And I think with under the leadership of Coach Pease and Coach Dre on defense and Coach Hart and Coach Mook on offense and Coach Pease as well, I think he's gonna get there. Like Coach Pease said, he was a sophomore, he's a rising junior this year. Um, pretty good football player in my opinion. So, and I'm just not being biased because it's my son.
How do you let's talk about that? Because you're mixing your son with something that you coach. Like,
Mhm.
do you guys have a steadfast rule of like no ball at the dinner table or anything like that? How do you
So
handle that?
I've been coaching Daddy since he was 7. Um, so like we already have like this relationship where if he brings it up to me, then we'll talk about it. I don't want to be that.
Okay.
Want to be a dad. I don't want to be that overbearing parent that can't let what happened at practice go or what happened in the game go. If he bring it up to me, like our film days that we watch film is on Sundays. That's the day we watch film. Me, him, and my wife. We sit down in the living room, project it on the wall or on our TV, and then we break it down. We ask him what I ask him. What were you thinking here? What were you doing? That's when I become Coach Dad, Coach Rowe. Excuse me. But every other day, I'm just Dad.
Cool.
Yeah, when I was coaching DJ, you know, back before DJ, I was coaching DJ. I used to coach my girls' basketball program, and me and Coach Tony Pollock, his I had my ex wife's little sister. I was coaching her,
Mm-hmm.
and Coach Tony Pollock, his daughter played on it in our AAU program as well with our team. So, and he was my assistant coach. So we had this deal like we didn't coach our family members during practice or the games. Like, we let the other one handle
Right.
if there was any issues. So I always took that in when I started coaching DJ. When he started playing, when he was his first year playing when he's 5 with the Boys and Girls Club, I didn't coach. I was coaching the older team. But then after that, I went down and coached 8U, and I was coaching him then up until he graduated high school. And it's one thing that it was kind of hard for me not to coach him a little bit because I was calling plays, and he was one of the running backs and stuff like that. But I never like coached him
Right.
during
Right.
practice. Even when we went home after practice or after games, we might have had a conversation in the car while we was driving, talked about how the game or practice went, but I never like, got on him like, DJ, what the hell was you thinking here? Or, that type of stuff. I tried to just let him just play. I ain't saying there wasn't times where I didn't yell at him in a game, like, DJ, come on, man, let's go, let's pick it up. But it
Right.
was never like I was really coaching him. I try to let him be his own individual, let the position coaches coach him and do his thing. So
That's like it is
because I
with
think
me.
that's very very important when you're coaching your own child.
I was the offensive coordinator for a long time for my oldest son, as well as his name DeAndre, and for Davion, for Day Day. Um, but when I got to around 10U, we didn't have a year because of COVID. But 11U, I let the offensive coordinator go, position go, because I wanted him to hear another voice. not just me. I just want to hear him another voice. He played, like you said, running back. He played running back, and he played back then. Coach, he played defensive end, and then we moved him back to outside linebacker because he was so physical, so much more physical than any defensive end we had. But then we moved him back to linebacker in 12U. We moved him back to safety. Um, but like I try to, I let the other coaches handle him because I know his temperament, and Dele's a perfectionist, so he wants it to be done right at all times. So he's quiet. He's a quiet kid. You probably won't ever hear him speak unless he's around his peers. But I mean, he loves his game. He knows the game very well. One just like DJ because they're coaches' kids. I mean,
Mhm.
they've been playing card football. Like we bought him a football rug when he was like 4, and he used to have a toy collection of cars. He used to line them up and run cover 2, cover 3, like at 4 and 5 years old. Because again, I was coaching my oldest son as well, so he knows the game. He's been playing at it pretty for a long time.
Man, I used to do that when I was a kid. Put my
Yeah.
cars out and do that joint.
Mhm.
Or I
Yep.
used to
Yeah,
take the
I think we all used to do that.
Yep.
or I used to
Exactly.
take the football cards and
Mm.
whatever position they were
Line 'em
playing,
up.
line them
Yeah.
up in position, man.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yep, did
Yeah.
that too. Um, Getting back to the Boys and Girls Club, man. Tell us how important you think the role of the Boys and Girls Club is to the communities.
I think it's a key because as you know, the city of Laurel has their community centers, but the Boys and Girls Club, we're right in the city of Laurel. We're right in the middle, like right behind right in front of Main Street, across from McCullough Field. So we're literally right here. I think the stuff that we're trying to do as the Boys and Girls Club with the leadership that we have now on the board, you're going to see a total different change from what it was previously. We're trying to bring in different ideas, different programs that can appease the community that we have now, not when it was in the early 90s, where everybody just, like you said, like we said, we played in that area. You had to have a zip code, you had to have an address to play for that area. Like if you lived in Laurel, you played for Laurel. You lived in Landover Hills, that's where my cousin played with Landover Hill Falcons. In that area, so in that demographic, so you had to have that zip code to match. And so I think we're building slowly because there was a black cloud over the club for a long time. I think that cloud is released now, and I think we're starting to see some sunshine come through the club. If you haven't been here, Peas, in a while, come through. You'll see the changes that we're making throughout the Boys and Girls Club to help with the community. We're trying to bring adult programs here as well as youth programs here as well. Not just sports related either. I spoke with a teacher from Eisenhower. He wants to do a like a summer school like refresher course here, 3 week refresher course after 4th of July. Um, we have a STEAM program that we're going to do this summer as well through Dr. Tasia Neuroscience at NIH. Black lady HBCU graduated from Virginia State, as well as another. She graduated from Florida State, I believe. Sorry, Dr. Tay, if I got the wrong school for Florida State, but she travels around the country, providing doing STEAM projects with other communities, and she lives right here in Laurel. Um, we also partner with Safe Splash right there in Laurel, where you get 20% off if if you're a Boys and Girls Club member, and they get 20% off here as well. So we're trying to build and reach out to the community to keep everything in order back like it used to be.
That's what's up, man. Glad to hear that, man.
Thank you. It's not just me though. I'm telling you, we have Coach Wells, the president, Coach Steve, he's the vice president. I'm the treasurer, Coach Kenny, the AD, Miss J. Um, uh, all here, Miss Terry, all here trying to support the boys.
Cool, cool.
Hey, midnight. I mean to change subject, but we started the show talking about professional sports,
Mm-hmm.
and just got an update in the group chat that Carolina's up 2-0 on Philly um, right now. So that sounds good for the Capitals and their hopes of making it to the playoffs again. So
That's got to be
I
real
mean,
good.
yeah, just to update on that.
Nah, I
I
told
thought,
you. I told
I
you,
thought you were going
Carolina.
to trade it up or something.
Say that one more time, Coach.
I want to say the Cowboys traded up to get for the draft coming up. So I thought that's what you're gonna say. Coach Powell is a secret Cowboy fan.
Nah, what I said was Jerry Jones fell in the toilet and got shit all on his face. That's what happened.
But yeah, now like I said, we're trying to build the program, man. The Boys and Girls Club back to its glory days, back to like you said, Coach, when you was here, playing ball, as well as going to the Boys and Girls Club. We want to make it an inclusive thing for all, everybody to come through. So,
all right, cool. High school question for you, as the O-line coach at the 300. How as an O-line coach, how proud are you to see many of your linemen that you work with on a daily basis, signed to play on the next level?
it's amazing, especially as my first year as offensive line in high school. I think it's amazing young men put in the work that needed to go to the next level, and hopefully they continue, get stronger, get faster, learn the game more, and that way to develop and star at the next level, which I think all of them can. Yeah, we had Micah, we had Falou, who else, Coach? I know Sean.
Micah signed to
State.
Vermont
Yeah.
State Castleton, up in Vermont. He has family up there, so that was one of his top choices. He signed there. Falou signed with McDaniel, up there in Westminster, right around the corner from my job. And Falou was an interesting guy. Falou just started playing football as an 11th grader. He was a soccer player before, and his 11th grade year, he was our backup kicker, and all he wanted to do was kick.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't want to go get no D-line work. He didn't want to work with the O-line. All he wanted to do was kick. And I don't know what clicked in him in the off season that he just started, putting in some work on his own. So when he came back his senior year, he was ready to play D-line, and he took it serious, even though he was a pain in the ass. He gonna ask you 300 questions.
Yep.
He took it serious, and Falou was not one of those guys that you was expecting to go play on the next level, but he put together some film, man, and he got a couple of D2 offers, and a whole rack of D3s that wanted him, man, and he chose to go to McDaniel. So I was proud of him, man.
He got the confidence he needed to excel. That's what I try to coach. I try to teach these kids. They could do it if they put in the work. It's just work. I mean, it got to get done either way. So you might as well put in your best effort in order to get to where you want to go. This is not, if you don't want high school to be the end all be all, then put in the work, and I guarantee you, coaches are going to find you a school that's going to love you, that's going to help change your family's life. I mean, this is plain and simple. If you decide to go that route.
Mm-hmm.
Grades as well too. That's the number one thing that we talk about is the grades with these young men, as well as putting in the work in any sport you choose. If we at Laurel, a lot of our players play multiple sports, which I believe is a great thing. But my thing is, like, put in the work for that sport too. Don't just focus on one thing, because you never know what you're going to go college for. So.
I want to give us. I think I said this to the AD Cleveland last week, but I think it's special that the coaches are unselfish with their talent.
Mm-hmm.
That no coach feels like you can't play this because you have to do this, and I think that's the key to the Laurel program. To be honest with you,
yeah. I know me though. I can be selfish, so I'm learning not to be selfish. My coach said that. I'm like, man, why is he doing this? Ask me, why is he doing it? You know what? We're an inclusive school. I'm not gonna get upset, because growing up, that's what we were. We had to focus on one thing, but nowadays these kids are different. They're different from how we are. So I had to adapt. I have to adapt still, because even BB, I get on BB all the time. I'm like, come on, BB, man, you need to be in his weight room. What are you doing? But I just be joking with him. Oh, he well, so.
Hey man, look, I came up in the Boys and Girls Club, and you only had to pay $25 for the whole year, so we could play any sport we wanted to for a total of $25 for the year. That was the cost of your membership, and you could play any sport. So I always was a believer in playing multi sports.
Right.
But as a basketball coach, you know, I tell my players, like, you got to be selfish sometimes. Like, that extra pass ain't gonna do it. I need you to go get a bucket. Like,
oh, you sound like me. I just ended my basketball season. I'm letting you know I'm officially retired from boys basketball. I've been coaching since I was 17 basketball. Yeah. I have a kid on my team. Man, he's probably one of the best 8th graders I've seen. I'm like, dog, you're too nice. Like that dog that I know you can be. You don't always gotta get your. If you know we in a slump right now, go get the bucket for your team. It's 2 of them. One name is Prince, the other name is Carter. I'm like, dog, y'all need to go get buckets for your team, because these they're looking up to you to get us out of this slump right now.
Yeah. All right, Coach. Well, we appreciate you, man, coming on tonight and spending some time with us, man. And anything you want to say before you get out of here?
Man, anybody listening, if you have a little brother or sister, little cousin or something, look out for the Little Boys and Girls Club. We work with people. We have payment plans if needed. Registration won't be more than $175, and that's tackle football, because we just recondition our helmets. We got new shoulder pads, new helmets. Every year we get new uniforms. So, and you can just keep a set. So just come on out, check out the Little Boys and Girls Club. Come out, check us out. It's 300 this fall as well. We're gonna put on the show. I promise you that.
All right, perfect,
Coach. Appreciate it, man. Go ahead and get ready. I know flag about to end. Go on, pick up your little girl, man, and we'll be talking.
All right, Coach. See y'all later. Y'all have a good evening.
All right, you too, man.
All right, that's Coach Rowe, Stanard, treasurer at the Laurel Boys and Girls Club, co-commissioner of football, basketball coach, football coach at the 300, man. He does it all. I'm happy, glad that he got a chance to come on and talk about the Boys and Girls Club and some of the things they got going on down there. Like I said, it's important to always have your clubs in your area, your youth clubs, as part of the program, feeding into your high schools, man. So glad that he can join. Give a couple of updates real quick in the comments. Coach Mark said that the baseball program at the 300 is on a 5-game win streak. QB1, Demarius Custis, my starting quarterback. He threw 4 strikeouts, had 4 strikeouts today. He just started pitching this year, so that's good for him. I got Karsten at the MFV All Sports Network. He's checking in. He was at the 300 today watching the lacrosse game. Lacrosse team got their first win of the season with a 10-0 victory over Wise High School. So appreciate Karsten, always checking in with us, man. And like I said, he on location and he was checking in today. So I appreciate that, man. Our lacrosse program and Coach Dave, they got a young squad that graduated a lot of talent from last year's team. So they're young and getting it together. So it's good for them to pick up their first win today. All right, Midnight. Tell the people what we got going on the Sideline Junkies Podcast Network this week, and where we're going to see your face 20 times.
I don't know why I laughed on that one. Tomorrow night at 6:30, Unapologetic Sports, Lee Ice, Flying Brian. I don't know what their topic is for tomorrow, but they always like to have these one-off topics, kind of like a GOAT conversation. I know that's coming up. I think they're trying to schedule that for May 5th, but they always have these interesting topics and pull these different things. 7:45 tomorrow, we have the Tuesday night flight with myself and the big guy KG. I know we're going to talk a little bit of the WNBA, but I think our biggest thing might be the NFL mock draft, because we got to get that out sooner than later. Wednesday, nothing but net. Myself and C. Perry. I know we're talking WNBA. I know we're talking NBA playoffs. We might get our buddy Josh Walker in from Highly Opinionated. So that's going to happen on Wednesday. and then I don't know when the show is going to drop. But personally, I'm doing a podcast with um Jay Graham from Highly Opinionated. He does his own show, so I'm doing that. I'm filming that Wednesday at 6:45. Thursday, 7:15, we have the Thursday Night Throwdown, the Friday Eve special, and then Saturday night we have the WrestleManiacs, and then Sunday morning we have the Sunday Rise, and then we kick it right back into you guys. That's it.
All right, well, like I said, that's about 20 opportunities to catch the Midnight Rider, the hardest working man in podcast land. You
Oh,
know,
and let's go ahead and pump because next week, you're taking off because we're doing our mock draft show. So they're going from 5 to probably to about 8:30, 9 o'clock. That's what it took last year. And what we do is called the People's Mock on that show. So the People's Mock is different because we go 1 to 32 and we try to get fans of the teams involved and get them to make picks. And if we can't get a fan, then we'll get somebody else. I think I did 3 picks this year on the mock. But that's kind of how we do it. When it's the regular show, when it's myself and KG, we do the mock the opposite way. We go from 32 to 1. And what we mostly do is pick out teams' needs and kind of give you a player for each need. So it's not really the same process of elimination. That's why we can go 32 to 1.
gotcha. Well, yeah. As Midnight said, next week we will not have a Pretenders or Contenders show because Drive Town will be extended from 5 to about 8:30 during our mock draft, the People's Mock Draft, and everybody check into that. I know I'm gonna try to make an appearance on that. To talk football, always willing to talk football, and actually excited for the draft this year, especially with the Commanders pick, because I think we can go ahead and take the best available player off the board that's available on the board when it comes to pick number 7, or trade back. I heard something today about one of the analysts think that we're going to trade back with the Jets and take Carnell Tate. So at 16, the receiver. So we'll
I don't
see.
see Tate at 16, but I get it. I think
Yeah.
16. I think 16 becomes Malachi Lemon territory as opposed to Carnell Tate territory. I think Tate still goes somewhere like 10 to 13. I don't see him as a 16 kind of guy. Even though he ran the 4.5, I think if you look at the tape, you see that there's a 4.4 in that body, and then just the way he operates. If you have somebody on the side of him, I mean, he's used to playing second with what's their guy? Their guy is Smith, right? Number 4. Yeah. So I just don't see. I don't know. I just don't see him going to 16. But that's just me. And yeah, I don't even like to trade down to 16 because for them to go to 16, that means you either gotta pull a second out of the Jets. Well, no, you have to pull a second out of the Jets. For them to go from 16 to 7, you're probably talking about a second, and if you can finagle a pick swap in the 6, that's my thought process.
What he had said was swap the first round, pick up a second and a fourth, and then a fourth next year.
Oh
So
God!
I think that's a lot. I do think that's a lot. But we'll see. Me personally, I don't care what nobody say. I love Bane. If he's there at 7, you got to take Bane. I don't want to hear about the car accident. I don't want to hear about his short arms. I don't want to hear none of that. The boy's a football player, and he's a terrorizer on defense, and we need one of those.
Okay. I ain't got no arguments with you, Coach.
There you go. There you go. Real quick, Coach Marcus said, "Who making the Commanders pick?"
I
People's
don't
pick.
know. I don't know.
Yeah.
I gotta figure that out. Dang, I gotta get with Josh because I think I'm doing a mock with him on Monday.
Oh yeah, you gotta get yourself together. Man, see, that's what happened, man. When you're the hardest working man in podcast land, you on so many shows you forget who you done told, who can you coming on.
Oh man. Yeah, I'm glad you said that, Coach. Let me reach out to him now.
All right, y'all. Well, we went a little bit over, man, but we're gonna go ahead and get out of here. We appreciate y'all for joining us again. As always, man, just remember there's no pretenders or contenders next week, but tune in at 5:00 with Matty Ice and Drive Time, and the mock draft special we got going on. Like I said, we'll probably be on there till about 8:30, but join in with the Sideline Junkies Podcast Network and check us out.
Yes, sir.
All right, Midnight Man, I appreciate you as always, man, and I'll catch you next on one of your shows this week.
All right, cool. That works, man. I appreciate that, man.
All right.